Wrigleyville is buzzing with baseball's top two teams in town. Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. Should be a fun weekend. Couple of first-place teams will match up. It's the first of four between the Washington Nationals and the Chicago Cubs. Great to have you with us. This should be a fun weekend. Jim DeShays and Len Casper with you. Nice night tonight. It's going to warm up tomorrow. And a lot of interesting comparisons between these two really good clubs.
Yeah, high expectations for both these clubs coming into the season. They have not disappointed. They're playing better than .700 baseball. The pitching has led the way. Certainly for the Nationals, Cubs lead the league in runs scored. The Nationals kind of middle of the pack in terms of offensive statistics, but the pitching for the Nationals has been outstanding. They trail only the Cubs in team ERA.
In terms of possible MVP votes this year, well, you have the unanimous choice from last year on a non-playoff team. That was Bryce Harper. You have Anthony Rizzo, who finished fourth. These two guys will be in the mix again.
Yeah, and Harper's been in a bit of a funk. He had a nice day yesterday, hit his 10th home run. Anthony Rizzo has been scorching hot. He was 7 out of 14 with a home run and 5 doubles in that series in Pittsburgh.
And how about in the dugouts? A couple of veteran managers, 6 Manager of the Year awards combined. Dusty Baker, the former Cubs skipper, and Joe Madden in his second year with the team. Right now, the Cubs 20-6.
Yeah, a couple of high-profile managers. Good to get these guys together. Good to see Dusty Baker back in a Major League dugout. I wasn't sure it was going to happen for him the way the game has evolved, but those Nationals players have really responded to Dusty.
It's Joe Ross for the Nationals, Kyle Hendricks for the Cubs. Game 1 of 4 between the Nationals and the Cubs. Next. But the wind not really a factor, at least for the time being. It was blowing straight in during batting practice. And clear skies above as the Cubs open up a 10-game homestand. Kyle Hendricks on the mound for the first time in over a week. And let's check out the Washington Nationals Southwest starting lineup. They won at Kansas City yesterday, season high 13 runs. Michael Taylor is in center. Ben Revere on the DL with an oblique injury. We might see him tomorrow get activated. Anthony Rendon is at third. Bryce Harper in right. Ryan Zimmerman plays first. Daniel Murphy off to a hot start. Had a big game yesterday. Jason Worth, the veteran, is in left. Wilson Ramos leading all catchers at batting average. Danny Espinosa moves over to short after Ian Desmond left. And Joe Ross can handle the bat. He will hit ninth.
Check in with the Cubs defensively. Jason Hayward still bothered by that sore wrist. He likely will be in there tomorrow, but for tonight it's Kalish in left, Fowler center field. Chris Bryant will play right. Around the horn will go La Stella, Russell, Zobrist, and Rizzo. Tim Fedorovich. Behind the plate, and our Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher is Kyle Hendricks. He is 1-2 through 4 starts. Has a 3.91 ERA. Pitched a couple times against the Nationals last year. Pitched well. A win and no decision, a 2.25 ERA in those 2 starts. The question is, how sharp will he be after a long time off the mound? Took some extra work in the bullpen. He's always had such good command of his pitches. I don't think it'll be an issue. The one question would be maybe he'll be a little too strong. Sometimes that can work against a finesse pitcher, a guy who likes to sink the fastball. We'll see.
We'll see tonight's umpires. Carapazza back of the plate. Here is Michael Taylor to lead it off. And a strike, and we're underway. Talked to Chris Bosio. He's not concerned about Hendricks, who threw a fair amount between starts. Wants him to attack and work quickly, which is kind of the mantra for every Cubs starting pitcher. And with the 2 rainouts last week, the 2 choices. There's a sharply hit ground ball to the shortstop Russell. High throw. Rizzo stays on the bag, 1 out. 2 choices are to push everybody back and get 5 guys out of the routine, or have 1 guy get pushed way back and try to keep everybody else basically in their turn.
Yeah, and that's the plan they opted for, and that's what most clubs will do. And especially with a guy like Hendricks, who does have such good command, you're not worried about him too much.
Here's Rendon, the third baseman.
Rendon off to a bit of a slow start.
They're still,
he can rake. He's a good hitter.
Still waiting for their offense to really get it in gear. They have pitched incredibly well.
Ooh, hello.
0-2. Cubs fresh off a 3-game sweep in Pittsburgh. Well, the game time temperature is 47 degrees with a northeast wind at 5, and this might be the first time I've ever said it. And yes, it is Cinco de Mayo. Cubs had a mariachi band actually perform in the clubhouse before the game as Rendon pops it up. It feels like a warm 47. I don't know if I've ever said that in this ballpark.
But I'm with you. It's the breeze. You know, it's not very windy. It's not real damp. We'll see as the sun continues to go down. I'm sure it'll get a little frosty, but right now it's comfortable.
Mixed reaction for Bryce Harper, the reigning MVP, youngest unanimous National League MVP ever at 22 last year. 2 hits and a home run yesterday, but as JD mentioned, had cooled off quite a bit in his previous 7 games before yesterday. 2 for 26.
42 home runs last year, 10 so far this year. He has become very adept at getting the ball in the air. Big, strong guy, and he's to lift the ball. And he's not just pull side, he'll go deep the other way. Big time power.
With the Nationals and Cubs here, and about 8 miles to the south, the Red Sox and the White Sox matching up. This is the first time In Major League history, 4 first-place teams have played on the same day in the same city. Three and one. There's Dusty Baker.
They should have gotten all the managers together for a picture earlier today.
Yeah. That will get out of play off of third. Ryan Zimmerman on deck. 3-2 to Harper is low for ball 4. And here is Ryan Zimmerman.
Part of the evolution of Bryce Harper is the patience too, the ability to take walks, the willingness to accept walks. It's part of the maturity, the growth of a young hitter. He's become a complete package. And he'll steal a base too. Rizzo's having a hard time seeing over there, squatting and using his left hand to shield his eyes.
Speaking of base running and base stealing, former Cub Davey Lopes, one of the best in the business, is their first base coach. Bob Henley is over at third. Did you know?
I'm going to go with no.
Stolen base percentage, career stolen base percentage, all time, top 2 guys, Davey Lopes students, Chase Utley and Jason Worth. And I don't think it's a coincidence.
I did not know that.
They were together in Philadelphia for many years. Of course, Davey would have been a teammate of Dusty's in LA, right?
Sure. Oh, absolutely. Lopes, you know, not a real big guy, but he had pop. Hit the ball out of the ballpark as well as steal bases for you. Out of that infield with Garvey and Russell and Say.
1-1 on Zimmerman. Harper back head first.
Zimmerman got the Gary Sheffield thing going with his bat.
Long-time third baseman, has not played that position in a couple of years due to shoulder and throwing issues. 7 career DL stints, including at least 1 each over the last 5 seasons. Outside corner, he didn't like the call by Vic Carpazzo.
Making the point that the pitch was off the plate. It was on the corner.
There goes Harper.
Got a little too much of the plate. Zimmerman not hitting for much power. He's only hit 1 home run so far this year.
See if Harper's on the move. He is not. The ball is grounded to Russell. Busy first for Addison. 2-out walk, no runs allowed by Kyle Hendricks. Cubs will get it going with the bats when we come back. The leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. If Dexter Fowler gets a hit, Binny's Beverage Depot will donate $100 to the Greater Chicagoland Food Depository. Now the Cubs Southwest starting lineup. Fowler reached base to lead off an inning 7 times in the 3 games in Pittsburgh. LaStella at third. Bryant's going to play the outfield again tonight. Rizzo had that big 3-game set. Zobrist the game-winning homer yesterday. Kalish with his first start this season. Russell bats 7th, Fedorovich 8th, and the pitcher Hendricks 9th.
Nationals have been very good defensively. They've committed just 9 errors, fewest in Major League Baseball. They have not made more than 1 error in any single game this year. You see the outfield, Worth, Taylor, Harper, infield, Rendon, Espinosa, Murphy, and Zimmerman. Ramos behind the plate, and Alexis pursuing perfection starting pitcher is Joe Ross, the young right-hander. Has been quite good, 2-0 with an .079. Sinker, slider, changeup.
Younger brother of the Padres, Tyson Ross. And the sinker low and outside.
Yeah, got to get that sinker up so you can inflict some damage, but so far nobody's really been able to do a whole lot of that against him.
He turns 23 later this month. That's a called strike. Nationals are not thrilled with Vic Carpazza's strike zone, but might be a pitcher-friendly one tonight.
Slider is a good, sharp, late-breaking slider. That's probably his best pitch. His last start, he used his changeup a little bit more. So he's got some weapons. Very good athlete. Holds runners well. He can swing the bat.
Just low.
Made his Major League debut against the Cubs last June.
Took the loss that day. His brother was in attendance. He received permission from the Padres to fly from Cincinnati to D.C. and he got him on the breaking pitch. The first out.
Yeah, it's kind of rare to see Dexter making that slow stroll back to the dugout. And on base so frequently. There's that slide ball right on the inside edge. Almost yanks it back a little bit.
We will see his older brother's team next week. The Padres come in. Tyson is on the DL. He started for the Padres on opening day. Has been out since with shoulder inflammation. 1 strike on Tommy LaStella. Line to deep left, and Worth will chase it down on the warning track. It's a double for LaStella.
I've seen a fair bit of that from Tommy LaStella. Not just the ability to hit the ball the other way, but to drive it with authority the other way. Great swing, man. Nose right on it.
Now Chris Bryant, who has a 10-game hitting streak. (16 out of 39 during the streak. That's a .410 batting average. Ball 1.
Yeah, this is a good matchup here. Ross going to try to get Chris to offer at that slider. He's very patient. Usually doesn't chase that pitch off the plate. Right-handed batters, I know it's still a small sample. He hasn't pitched a lot of innings yet, but batting .128 against him. Has not walked a right-handed batter yet this year.
Bryant just over a full major league season. He's hit .306 here at Wrigley Field with 23 home runs. under 300 at bats. One pause by Ross. Here's a 1-1 in on his hands that time. Cubs will get settled in here at home. They've won 7 of their first 10 at Wrigley Field, and they'll have 10 in a row here before they next hit the road. 13-3 on the road. And was that a pitch?
It's a pitch.
It was 3-1, so it actually worked out for Bryant. And his Carapazza did not call time.
Yeah, Ross will do that. Max Scherzer will do that from time to time. We'll just hold the ball a long time. Normally with the man on first base, just trying to upset the timing of a would-be base stealer. Can upset the timing of the hitter too.
Ground ball up the middle. Backhanded by Murphy. And he throws him out. Stella's at third. 2 outs in the inning, and here's Anthony Rizzo. Seven hits, including 5 doubles and a home run in that series at Pittsburgh, and should have had 8 hits. Did you see Andrew McCutchen's comments?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
After the game yesterday, that screamer Rizzo hit to center that was knuckling on McCutchen. It went in and out of his glove. McCutchen actually left his feet. He was given an error, and after the game he said the official scorer should be fired.
Yeah, I expect that one to get overturned.
Yeah, I do too.
Then Hurdle said as much, even though it's going to cost his pitcher 3 earned runs, as it came right before the Zobrist home run.
So a foul strike on Rizzo. There's Ben Zobrist on deck.
Anthony Rizzo has a major league best .771 slugging percentage against right-handed pitching. He had evil intent with that swing. That was a changeup, not particularly well placed. You know, Ross primarily sinker slider, but as I mentioned in his last start, he used that changeup a little bit more often, had success with it.
Lifted in the air to right. Harper is in and over near the foul line, and he puts 2 hands on it, and that will end the threat. Stella stranded at third. 0-0 after 1. Chicago is presented by State Farm. Daniel Murphy got a 3-year free agent contract with the Nationals after a huge postseason last year. Big home run he hit in the NLCS off Kyle Hendricks against the Dodgers in the division series. 2 homers off Clayton Kershaw, including the game winner in game 1.
Second baseman.
Game winner off Zach Greinke in the decisive game 5. Cup fans letting him hear it.
It's been an interesting transformation for Murphy. He's always been a good hitter, a line drive hitter, but you think he's always been more of a slap it the other way, line drive, hit it on the ground. But he made some mechanical changes. He's a little more crouched and pulling the ball, lifting the ball, hitting for a lot more power last year or so. .398 batting average, a .449 on base.
That ball lashed foul.
And you know the Nationals don't need to make any changes, right? They're in first place. They're playing great baseball, but we mentioned how they're kind of middle of the pack offensively, and it'll be interesting to see if the guys at the top of the order continue to struggle. If Dusty makes some changes and gets Murphy up there in front of Bryce Harper. You know, Harper's just not getting that many plate appearances with men on base.
Right. Well, they hope to get Revere back, and they think that'll help. So here's how baseball works. I mean, Daniel Murphy obviously has a big volume of work, but I mentioned the division series. 9 for 17, 4 homers, 6 RBIs against the Cubs. He homered in every game of the Mets sweep. Was the NLCS MVP. World Series against Kansas City, 3 for 20. And after playing great defense prior to that, he was a little shaky in the World Series. I mean, you think about just the defense. Lucas Duda and Daniel Murphy played against the Cubs. It's like they played a perfect 4-game
Murphy's
series.
never been thought of as a great defender.
In the dirt. Jason Worth on deck. Softly lifted to center. Dexter Fowler's got it. And our good friend George Will, political pundit who actually lives in Washington, D.C., but a lifelong Cub fan. We run into George a lot when we go to Washington. Well, he's here, and it's his birthday. And he must know somebody. He's got a pretty good seat.
He's set up down there. Got his own row.
Wish he had something to talk about and write about in his day job.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on the political front these days.
1 strike on Worth. Big Jim Obojkowicz celebrating a birthday today. The Cubs marketing department.
Oh, it's Big Jim.
I don't know. I'm going to guess 35.
You know, Lenny Marullo, our good buddy Lenny Marullo, he had up here in the booth with us a couple of years ago. He would have been 99 today. Passed away at the end of May last year.
What a nice man.
It was so much fun when we had him up here.
Cubs hitting coach John Maley. Turning 47 today.
Didn't know that. I would have bought him a cake.
Would you really have?
No.
Pops it up. Rizzo racing over near the barrier, and it's behind the dugout. So hit the guy wire.
The Nationals, they're not a real patient team. They don't like the Cubs. They're like that Pirate team we just saw. The Pirates see a lot of pitches. Not so much with the Nationals, but this guy's an exception. Worth always been one of the more patient hitters in the league. Typically sees a lot of pitches.
There's the Chicago native, John Maley. In the background is Worth, strikes out. 2 down. First punch out for Kyle Hendricks.
Cub fans, you don't have to wait until summer to enjoy your Fridays. Kick off the weekends with your favorite team. Tickets are still available for hot Friday matchups, including tomorrow's 1:20 game with the Nationals. And next Friday with the Pirates. Get your tickets at Cubs.com. Great way to start the weekend. Maybe you're starting it early because it's Cinco de Mayo.
Wilson Ramos, first pitch swinging and a fly ball to right. Bryant has it, inning over as the Nationals go down in order in the second. 0-0.
Happy Cinco de Mayo. Mariachi band.
Hay colomitos inolvidables, inolvidables como las tardes en que la lluvia desde la loma no nos dejaba ir hasta.
Yes, the mariachi band entertained Cubs players before the ball game.
They were really good too.
They were.
Which I had their name because if you had a party and you needed a mariachi band, I would highly recommend those guys.
Did we find out the name of the band?
No. Have to do a little digging.
Ben Zobrist had the game-winning 3-run homer yesterday in Pittsburgh. And he looks at ball one. Fly ball to left, twisting. Worth can't get it. Ross is basically their 5th starter. And we talked about how good he has been with an ERA of under 1. The Cubs will not face Steven Strasburg this weekend. But small consolation considering how good this staff in general has been. And Strasburg, by the way, is 5-0 through 6 starts. And Zobrist lines to Rendon. Sunday night, kick back and enjoy an all new, oh boy, new episode of Beer Money.
Ratings would go through the roof.
CSN tested the sports knowledge of fans at McDivitt's in Palos Park, and everybody was dressed. Tune in to see who won big. Beer Money, presented by Coors Light. Sunday at 7 on CSN. Ryan Kalish getting his first start of the year. He's playing left. Sounds like we'll see Jason Hayward in the lineup tomorrow. He did not play in that Pittsburgh series. Might see him off the bench tonight. And as I mentioned earlier, we may see Ben Revere activated on the Nationals roster.
So John Lackey and Max Scherzer pitching tomorrow.
1-2.
So this guy, you know, sometimes you say guy's a sinker slider pitcher and you immediately think, well, it's just all about movement. But this guy's got some giddy up on his sinker too. He's going 94, 95. So they play the left-handed hitters a little bit the other way. You can understand why, because most hitters, they try to pull that sinker, they're just going to hit it weakly on the ground to the right side. They're better off trying to shoot it the other way. Nationals, anticipating that, have Worth towards the line a little bit in left.
Murphy to Zimmerman. 2 outs, and it'll bring up Addison Russell. Bob Heilman, dedicated Cub employee, worked the press gate for 20 years. Recently lost his wife Elizabeth. Spent a lot of time together watching the Cubs, and we're going to let Bob and his family know that we're thinking about them. Here's Russell. Slider strike. Cubs with a 6-game lead in the NL Central. Nationals a game and ahead of the Mets, game and a half ahead of the Mets in the East. Mets are in San Diego tonight. Cardinals trying to draw within 6 in the division. They shut out the Phillies 4-0 today. Russell strikes out, and the inning is over. 2 in the books, 0-0.
We're back here at Wrigley with your Coors Light in-game report. Dusty Baker back at the friendly confines, and his first line to the media as he stepped into the new interview room was, "Wow, look at this place. A lot different than the dungeon I used to be in around the corner." But he said, "Look at the lights here. I thought I was walking into Saturday Night Fever." Of course, Dusty also with high praise for this 2016 Cubs team. Guys said even better than the team he had in 2003. He feels like they have much more depth and has been very impressed with the bullpen this season. So, Dusty, glad to be back in the Windy City.
Always good to see him. Thank you, Kelly. Espinoza pops up a bunt attempt, and Listella will make the catch. So 1 pitch and 1 out. So Dusty was out for a couple of years after his tenure ended in Cincinnati. Started a wine business, among other non-baseball things. Lots of family time. His daughter got married a couple of summers ago. His son Darren playing ball. But he felt like there was still some unfinished business, and there were all kinds of reports that Bud Black was going to get the job. But eventually Dusty got it, and I think obviously he walked into a good situation, but this is the kind of team that I think would respond well to Dusty. They've got some veteran guys.
Yeah, you know, he's kind of like Joe. You know, he's a quote-unquote player's manager. Kind of keeps it light, tries to have fun, and that's the nature of this job, right? The tendency is to go from bad cop to good cop.
Yeah, I don't think they had a lot of fun last year.
And
whether that was related to Matt Williams or not, it just was one of those years. They had the Papelbon-Harper thing, tons of expectations. They underachieved, and so they were due to be better. And he has come right in and been a very popular guy in that clubhouse.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. I saw him last year. He was doing a little TV work during the playoffs and talked about wanting to get back in.
Lined over the head of Kalish. First hit for the Nationals is a Michael Taylor 2-out double. Now Rendon. We'll look, and I don't know if it would change tonight because there's not a ton of room in that visiting dugout compared to a lot of other ballparks. But when Ross is on the mound, we'll see if we can find Max Scherzer charting the game. It's something the new pitching coach Mike Maddox has instituted. It's an old school thing that pretty much nobody does anymore.
Yeah.
So there's Scherzer. We'll keep an eye on him in the bottom of the inning. We will hear from Max Scherzer before his start on our pregame coverage tomorrow. Hendricks scoops and gets Rondon. Kyle's been sharp early, has allowed just 2 base runners and no runs through 3. game presented by Coors Light is Yaxie's Wrigleyville, right across the street. To see the complete list of the CSN bars of the game presented by Coors Light, visit csnchicago.com.
They certainly deserve that honor.
We go over there on opening night, or opening day every year, and hang out with Lynn Bramer, Tim Fedorovich will lead things off against Tyson, or Joe Ross, Tyson's brother. Hendricks and Fowler also do. And the pitch. It's a strike right down the middle.
This was a first-round draft pick of the Padres in 2011. Fifth selection overall. Scherzer got the chart.
He does. He's got a pen and a clipboard. The idea is for the next day's starter to get a look at the hitters on the other team and just to kind of keep them engaged.
Yeah,
they've really taken to it.
Back in the day, way back in the day, there wasn't all the video available, and so it was twofold. It was one, the pitcher would chart the pitches, so you put the pitch selection, location, result of the pitch, keep a pitch count. Maybe you'd have a spray chart as well, so where the ball was hit. I know when I was with the Twins, we were still charting, and we had 2 or 3 different pitchers keeping charts back then. But a lot of it was just compiling information for the club to use in the future, because they didn't have, they weren't doing as much with the video.
Two pitch.
For me,
strike 3.
I would put it under the category of it can't hurt.
Right.
As long as you're not getting a lot of pushback from your guys. I mean, I doubt that there's a lot of value in it, but as long as you're not getting a lot of pushback from your guys, and it keeps everybody involved and talking about the game and sharing ideas.
Here's Hendricks. He takes a strike.
Cubs pitching plan is put together by Mike Borzello and Chris Bosio. And of course, the catchers are involved too, and they have a very detailed plan. So no real need for the pitchers on the Cubs staff to keep a chart. This Sunday is Mother's Day, and Wrigley Field is going pink to promote breast cancer awareness. Join us as the Cubs take on the Nationals, 1:20 time. First 5,000 fans in the Budweiser bleachers will receive a Cubs Save Second Base T-shirt presented by Advocate Healthcare.
So that's 4 strikeouts. They've all been on the slider. Ross. Fowler with 2 outs.
Yeah, this is the the Padres traded Ross to the Nationals. I'm not sure who they got in return. Man, this is the kind of guy you really covet. Young, hard thrower with good movement. Nice clean delivery.
Ahead of Fowler, 0-2.
A three-way deal involving the Padres, Nationals, and Rays.
Ball strike 3. Dexter not happy with that call. He strikes out the side. That's 4 in a row now, Ross's fan. pretty significant thing happened during the break. Dexter Fowler was saying to Vic Carpazza, last time I was up, you called it down. This time you're calling it up. Which is it going to be? And eventually he got ejected.
Yeah, and it looked like Dexter was heading back out to his position, and Carapazza engaged somebody in the Cubs dugout, and that brought Dexter back into the conversation and never got particularly heated. That's why it was surprising when ultimately Carapazza ran Dexter from this ball game. See, I'm really surprised.
And I think for Dexter it was more about, okay, so here's the first inning.
I don't think either one of them were egregious, but I'm just surprised he ran him. I mean, I think you're not supposed to argue ball and strike calls, but usually an umpire will give you a little attitude after he rings you up. And Dexter never didn't appear to be really getting heated, cussing him out or anything like that.
So Jason Hayward is in the ball game playing center. The crowd not too happy right now after Cubs leadoff man got kicked out of the game.
Yeah, now anything close they're going to want it. So is that guy. Joe went out and had a long conversation with Carapazza after the inning, and that did not get heated either. It's almost like Joe was kind of explaining something to him. Players getting caught up in the heat of the moment. It happens to umpires too. I think sometimes umpires run a guy, and as soon as they do it, they regret doing it. Oh, man, I wish I hadn't have done that.
Three and two on Harper. Pitch is fouled away. Tough part of the order here. Harper, Zimmerman, Murphy. And he walked him.
Just a little bit inside. Talked last time about Harper and the fact that the guys at the top of the order have not gotten on base a whole lot. Just by comparison, Harper has, coming into this game, had 43 plate appearances with men on base. Anthony Rizzo had 70 plate appearances with men on base. 5 different Cub players had more plate appearances than Harper with runners on. And that's the value of all the walks the Cubs draw.
Zimmerman, the Nationals' first ever draft pick in 2005 after they moved to D.C. from Montreal.
UVA, right? University of Virginia.
Virginia guy.
Ground ball guy, so we'll play in order here with Hendricks on the mound.
Mr. Walk-Off. He's hit some dramatic game-ending home runs in his home ballpark.
That's on note 3rd most in National League history, behind Musial and Tony Perez. Adam Lennon.
Out at first. Harper with no argument for the first base umpire, John Hirschbeck.
Great timing by Hendricks as Harper had just started to make his break.
It was really close, but they got him.
I'm a little surprised that Dusty's not out in front buying a little time.
That's why Zimmerman had stepped out. One is rolled to Zobrist. It's a nice turn of events, almost like a double play. Pick off, then a ground out, and all of a sudden 2 down, and it's Murphy. I don't know if there was more movement among second basemen, but I'm just kind of thinking about Murphy goes from the Mets to the Nationals. Walker goes from the Pirates to the Mets. Zobrist goes from the Royals to the Cubs. Castro, Cubs to Yankees. Who else am I missing? Those are just off the top of my head. 1-1. And on the hands, 2 balls and a strike.
Gene Segura's playing second base for the Diamondbacks these days. I'll take National League second baseman for 400, Alex. I have to get to the bottom of this. One of these, I was reading in the Nationals press notes on Blake Trinan. In their notes, I like how they do their notes. They put little interesting little factoids in there sometimes. Is that possessing a hard sinker that's been clocked at 100 miles per hour earned Trinan the honor of being featured in a Jeopardy question in February.
Yes. Yep. Called strike 3.
Rembrandt.
Midway in the 4th, you've got the 2 best pitching staffs in terms of earned run average and no score. And Bryce Harper, both from Las Vegas, played together when they were kids. Let's see, I recognize Harper, and there's Chris Bryant. Weird to see Chris not be taller than Bryce Harper, but obviously had a growth spurt. They each got a key to the city this past offseason.
A good story in the Tribune this morning. Coach Lawrence Talking about seeing those two guys as just kids and how awe-inspiring it was what they could do. Bryant hitting a ball 300 feet when he was 10 years old, and then Harper with a wooden bat at the age of 12 or 13 hitting it 375 feet or something like that.
Stella with a double in the first inning. And he's got a single this time. 2 for 2. And the Cubs have the leadoff man on for the first time tonight. Brent Laurie, another new second baseman for the White Sox. There's Bryant. Wind not a factor at all. Boy, 3 hours ago it looked like it would be a great night to pitch in terms of the wind direction. Bryant sends one to deep center. Back toward the wall and into the vines. Taylor lost the ball. It's in the vines. And Bryant's probably just going to round the bases, but he'll be told to stay at second. And in fact, he has already been told to stay at second. Stella will have to go back to first. Yeah, Joe saying keep going.
Joe's saying hit his glove first, but I don't think that matters.
I don't think it matters if it's in the course of the play. Yes.
It's not like he reached in for it. Worth trying to make the case. It was interesting to see Taylor just kind of turn around, staring at the wall in disbelief, like what just happened?
The ball gets buried in the vines, but even though it did deflect off the glove, that should not matter. It was just in the course of making a play or attempting to make a play.
Well, when I left the bat, I thought it was going to fly out of here because the wind is not blowing in right now. And a real nice sound off of his bat. Just misses home run number 5, has to settle for a double, but a great chance here with Rizzo coming up as hot as he's been lately. Let's see how aggressive the Nationals are here with Big Riz.
So an 11-game hitting streak now for Bryant. Outside for ball 1. Now, if Taylor had reached into the vines to try to fish it out, that's a different story. But he made no such maneuver. So it was a fairly routine call for the umpires. Routine in air quotes because we are at Wrigley Field in terms of ground rules.
I think it would be kind of fun if that rule didn't exist.
They had to find a way to get, well, that's a home run
hunt for it. You see some outfielder frantically shaking the vines. All right, very cautious here, understandably so. They're going to put him on.
So they will load the bases. 3-0 will be an intentional ball 4. Big chance here for the Cubs. 3 on, nobody out.
look for two in the middle, just try to clean it up. Zimmerman backs off at first, and down the third baseman. A step or two behind the bag.
Here's a pitch. Ball one. Ground ball, base hit, right field. LaStella scores. Bryant is in. The throw goes to third, and Rizzo's out. On the throw from Bryce Harper, well handled by Rendon, but it is 2-0 as Ben Zobrist gives the Cubs the lead.
Ross got his ground ball, but Zobrist able to find a hole on the right side of the infield. Good decision here by Harper. Had no play at home, so he takes a shot at Rizzo, makes a good, strong, accurate throw to third base. Oof.
Might be
Close.
challenged.
Yeah, they're looking.
Yep, Joe is going to challenge the call.
Good pick and tag by Rendon. It's hard to tell.
So we will have a Forsythe Technology replay review. And my track record lately has been really bad, so I'm not going to guess. I'm just going to let him make the call. Rizzo's pretty good at being safe at third, isn't he? On those slides.
Yeah, remember last year did the pull it back. He's very nimble, very agile for a big fella. DJ Rayburn, the third base umpire, had a great look at it. Freeze it right there. That's good. That'd be a good painting right there. That shot right there. Get Leroy Neiman to paint that for you.
So asking, was I safe or what?
That look right there to me looked safe-ish.
I don't think ish
works
is listed.
I know, but that's it's not supposed to. But we've had some calls. I had one yesterday that they overturned.
And I think it's a really good challenge because, you know, it's a risk reward. You're in the fourth inning. If they do overturn it, first and third, nobody out, you're already up 2.
Oh, yeah.
You can put your foot on their neck. And if you lose the challenge, you lose the challenge. But I think it's definitely worth taking that chance. I would like one of the official calls on one of these to be, we have no idea.
Yeah.
As opposed to call stands, just say we can't tell.
We're just hung jury. We're just locked up.
Right.
We got nothing. We're gonna go into recess and we'll discuss it tomorrow. Cardinals were winners today. They beat the Phillies 4-0 behind Jaime Garcia. And Moss went deep. Reds all over the Brewers 7-1 after 5 in Cincinnati. Big Pasta's pitching well tonight. Alfredo Simon, who's really had his struggles, and we've witnessed it a couple of times. All stands.
It was a long review, almost 4 minutes. Here's Kalish. So Cubs have 3 hits, 2 runs in the inning. I'm guessing, to use your term, he was outish.
Yeah,
therefore the call stood.
Yeah.
One out, and a runner on first.
Zimmerman just throw the ball back to Ross. It looked a little funky. Remember, he had all those problems throwing as a third baseman. I wonder if anybody's tried a big one-way lead and break and force him to make a throw to second base. So, he's got that little hesitation. He's had all kinds of shoulder problems, and that was always the report out of the Nationals camp, that the throwing, the errors were all just because of the shoulder was not good. But when you watch him play, and it looked awful yippy to me. It looked like it was in his head, and that throw right there looks a little yippy.
I guess after our conversation, it would make sense. Ryan Kalish is up, right?
It does make sense. Ryan Kalish enjoying his return to the big leagues. Did not play last year. He had knee surgery. Was out all year, hanging out at home. He said he enjoyed it. He still wanted to play.
Murphy able to just knock the ball down. He misjudged where that ground ball was going to go. I don't know if he broke the wrong way or not. So 2 outs.
Looked like it was going to be an easy double play ball. Hit sharply right at him. Goes down to a knee. And maybe did he lose his footing a little bit?
Murphy is asking the second base umpire Clint Fagan. Not sure he's out of the line of sight. Some umpires are affected by all the shifting, right? Might have a fielder or two say, "Hey, Clint, can you move maybe half a step this way?"
Couple of youngins here. Russell and Ross, 22 years of age.
One and one. Zobrist, the runner at second, now 1 and 2.
What, that slider is mean. It's one of the better ones we've seen.
2-2. Fedorovich on deck. Two.
Everything away. One on the plate, everything else off the plate or down a little bit. They would take a shot inside at some point.
Against the Nationals, 3 against the Padres, an off day next Thursday, and then the Pirates come in for 3. Cubs can get settled in here at home. The 3-2 swing and a miss to end the inning. And Zobrist with a 2-run single, and the Cubs have the lead 2-0 after 4.
I hear from you during tonight's game. Use the hashtag Cubs Talk on Twitter, and be sure to follow at CSN Cubs all season long for the latest news on your favorite team.
Cubs have the lead.
Zobrist is trending.
Yes. Twitter asked, it was 3-0 on Rizzo. They threw an intentional ball 4. It is an intentional walk. A lot of people wondering, well, Michael Taylor didn't put his hands up when that ball went into the vines. Well, every one of his teammates did.
Yeah, it's not. You don't have to put your hands up.
It's just don't reach in. The rest of the team alerted the umpires to the fact the ball was lodged.
Taylor was standing there like he was waiting for Shoeless Joe to come out of the ivy.
Andre Dawson.
First pitch strikes. Yeah, that's his game.
It's really a good sign after not having pitched since a week ago Tuesday.
Yeah, and the thing about Kyle, a lot of those strikes are well placed too. He's not just throwing pitches over the middle of the plate. He's working the edges, living on the edge.
Jason Worth's next hit will be the 1,300th of his career. Springfield, Illinois native Jason Worth.
He was an early adopter of the long hair, long beard program.
Yeah, he's kind of got the Chris McCandless look. Did you ever see Into the Wild? Alex Supertramp?
I did not.
That's the kid who I think he dropped out of college, sold his car, and then just kind of hitchhiked to Alaska. You can Google it. Zobrist throws him out.
Is that called the gap year?
Check out the EMC Legends Suite located on the new Veen Investment Suite level. Not only will your group enjoy a gourmet food and beverage package, they'll also receive a pregame tour and a visit from a former Cubs player during the game. You'll talk baseball, take photos, and get autographs while hearing classic baseball stories. For more information, visit Cubs.com/premier. Ramos recently on the bereavement list after the death of his grandfather, who had taught him the game when he was a kid. And our condolences go to Neil Ramirez and his family. His grandmother has passed away, so Neil placed on the bereavement list. And right-hander Spencer Patton has been recalled from AAA Iowa. He is in the bullpen and available tonight. 10 scoreless appearances with Iowa, and 4 for 4 in saves. Not hit hard. Russell's got some time, and Rizzo stayed on the bag. We'll see if this is a challengeable call.
I'm learning not to mark my scorebook.
Right.
Such good footwork over there. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Nice play. Addison hurried to, kind of forgot who was going down the line. Hurried to throw a little bit. No harm done.
Patton was a guy I definitely remember from spring training. Cubs liked him a lot, and here he is. So he'll be here for a few days. Previous big league time with Texas, and born in Urbana, Illinois. Spencer Patton. Espinosa, switch hitter. That was the CCR pitch.
CCR?
Yeah, down on the corner.
I like it.
Yeah, Espinosa's a guy who can go from clean shaven as he is tonight to that in like 10 days, I think.
That's a whisk broom. That's one of those things they use in curling. Good change.
1-2. Hopped over that one. Two hit foul back to the seats. Are we going to be in short sleeves tomorrow?
Could very well be.
Looking at temperatures possibly in the 70s. So the temperature will finally catch up to your cultural reference points. The 70s. So he finally hit him. He was working inside.
If an umpire was so inclined to make that, he didn't try to get out of the way call, you could justify it right here.
That's the Fernando Vina.
Yep. It just kind of turns into it, hangs in there a little bit, takes one for the team. Craig Biggio was really good at that.
Yes, he was.
Biggio was even a little more overt.
Well, he had the elbow
that
guard
wing
too,
out there,
right?
yeah.
Did he ever get called for that? Or did they always give him
Don't
the bigs?
recall.
A couple of bounces. Russell, and he'll throw out Joe Ross. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Kyle Hendricks has been really good tonight, leading 2-0. And we want to welcome all our viewers watching on Wide Open West Cable in the Chicagoland area and Northwest Indiana. By the way, Chris McCandless, I am told, did graduate college. I read the book long ago before he went off on his adventure. Tim Fedorovich takes ball one. Two is missed up and outside. That's a strike.
It speaks to the confidence he has in that slider. 2-0, the 8-hole hitter up. And he outs for the slider instead of the fastball.
Deep left center and run down by Taylor.
Cub fans, join the Cubs season ticket holder waiting list. Do it today. Claim your spot in our lineup for season tickets. It's easy, free to register. For details, visit Cubs.com/waiting list.
Hendricks pounds that sinker into the ground.
Look out. The slider got away from him. Folks are worked up, no evil intent. Put a base runner.
Right on the H in the back.
Hayward pressed him to duty after Fowler was ejected. He was likely to start in the ball game tomorrow.
Can't imagine Dexter Fowler has been ejected from too many big league games. And I didn't see any bad words. It was an extended conversation, but he is a guy whose success at the plate depends a lot on the strike zone. And he's just saying, look, the last one, it felt like you were calling it down. This one was up. Which is it going to be? And
yeah,
it's too much.
I don't know. I think Vic Carapazza would like to have that one back. They overreacted a little bit. Tough go for Jason so far. Obviously, the wrist injury not helping. Hitting 211. That one stretch there, he was starting to hit the ball pretty hard, but for the most part, has been a little off his game, behind the fastball a little bit.
On the right field line, but out of play.
Big man with long levers. There's a lot to get going in that swing. I mentioned the mental part of it. You know, new club, sign a big contract, a lot of attention.
For 17 on the homestand last week. After a really hot stretch on the previous road trip. Strike 3 called on the inside corner.
Hayward, who replaces Fowler, goes down looking as well. That's one settles in right on the inside corner. Has not been able to solve La Stella tonight.
Set. Funk to right, but Harper will make the catch. So LaStella's had 3 good at bats, 2 out of 3 on the night. After 5 from Wrigley Field, Cubs 2, Nationals nothing. Patrick Mooney, our Cubs insider, on the CSNChicago.com, presented by Nationwide's Jeff Vukovich, serving the community for 38 years. Go to jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. Nice crowd on Thursday night. Remember, Sunday is Mother's Day. Get your flowers, your cards, all that stuff prepared well in advance. You don't want to wake up Sunday morning.
Panic, yeah. Did you ever ask your mother, when's Kids Day? Because Mother's Day and Father's Day. Yeah. And then the answer was always, Kids Day is every day.
Stella makes the play.
How about Hendricks, man? Just
really
rolling along, one ground ball out after another.
Is a strike on Rendon.
Kyle, as most Cub fans know, pitched collegiately at Dartmouth. Rendon was a standout at Rice University. An outstanding academic institution.
Two balls, two strikes.
Hendricks, one of those guys that gives you a comfortable offer. Doesn't blow you away with this stuff. You're not worried about being overpowered. You think you see him pretty well. Take a big swing and just get a little late movement off the barrel towards the end or in on the hands.
Ball strike three. Harper earlier in this game, and he's coming up again. Swung at a pitch, and it looked like he was ahead of a changeup, and he had actually swung ahead of a fastball at 88. Harper has walked twice. Max Scherzer and John Lackey tomorrow. 121st pitch here on CSN. Lefty Gio Gonzalez against Jason Hamill, who's 4-0. That's a 3 o'clock start on CSN Saturday. And then Tanner Roark and the 6-0 Jake Arrieta on Sunday to wrap up the series. 120. Upcoming game schedule is brought to you by Travel Wisconsin. Plan your fun today at travelwisconsin.com. Again, CSN tomorrow on Saturday, Channel 9 on Sunday. And the Padres are here for 3 all-night games.
A little bit of a step toward the third base dugout for Hendricks. But he had the outside corner just a little bit off.
Line shot, base hit. Only their second of the night.
Some guys just are so, Harper covers the plate. He's so quick. I thought they had him set up to come inside on him after doing that work. Go away, maybe go soft away. Feel like you've slowed him down. You can beat him with an inside fastball, especially up there. Have to hit that ball on a line.
It's a strike. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Inning over. They get on their feet behind the Cub dugout in appreciation of Kyle Hendricks. 2-0 Cubs. On CSNChicago.com, presented by State Farm. Battle of fifth starters tonight. And it has looked like aces. 2-0 Cubs lead.
That's the nature of really good teams. You have depth all over the field, and including that starting rotation. Looks like Kyle Hendricks is done for the night. The handshakes and the hugs in the dugout. Clayton Richard is up in the bullpen.
Six very solid shutout innings. Kyle. One-time 1-1 on Bryant. Ross had that rough fourth, but he limited the damage. Bases loaded, nobody out. And he gave up 2 on the hit by Zobrist.
Cubs with 4 hits tonight, 2 by LaStella, 1 by Zobrist. He's a switch hitter, so they only hit by a right-handed hitter off the bat of Chris Bryant. That towering double in the fourth. So as advertised, this guy's been awfully tough, especially to the right-handed hitters.
Ground ball backhanded by Murphy on the other side of the bag, and he makes the play. Now Rizzo, who has flied to right and been intentionally walked.
Sweetest sight for Anthony Rizzo, looking out at center field and seeing those flags hang limply. The wind has been blowing in. You remember the final game of the Braves series before we went to Pittsburgh, that 10-inning loss. He crushed the ball to left field. The wind held it up. Went on to Pittsburgh, went 7 out of 14 there, 5 doubles and a home run.
His stance a little bit, fouled off. It's like your golf swing, you're always tweaking, making little adjustments and recalibrations.
Closed up, he was just having a hard time getting his hands in, and pulled through, blocking himself.
Had signed with UCLA, or at least committed before signing with the Padres. Taken 25th overall in 2011 out of Bishop O'Dowd High School in Oakland. Rizzo for the second out. Time for a Coors Light game report with Kelly Crow.
Well, guys, we mentioned the mariachi band in the clubhouse before the game, and Ben Zobrist says that Joe Maddon's actually done that before in celebration of Cinco de Mayo during his Tampa days. He said only problem was he did it after the game, and it was an extra innings loss for the Rays. So he said guys didn't really enjoy it as much as they did this afternoon. So Joe learning, bringing him in before the game this time, and certainly enjoyable for everyone in there.
Adjustments, we just talked about that.
Game of adjustments. What if the mariachi band could play the blues? He said he wanted to bring him out onto the field for BP, but they had other engagements. It's a busy day for them.
Two and one.
Pazza has been calling that top of the zone fastball tonight. Based on our pitch tracks, it's been a big zone, a generous zone, but not egregious. You know, I understand why the hitters would have a beef, because he is, you know, calling the high one and the low one, and a lot of umpires don't do that.
Zimmerman, what a stab. as he robs Zobrist of another hit. Cubs go down 1-2-3, but certainly not quietly in the 6th. Depot, and no matter what happens the rest of the night, certainly deserving for Kyle Hendricks. Remember the pickoff of Bryce Harper gave up just 2 hits on a ton of extra rest. Binny's Beverage Depot is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, we were wondering whether he would be sharp after being out of action for 8 days. Indeed, he was sharp. And new tricks, too. He got a couple strikeouts on elevated fastballs here tonight. You don't see that very often from Kyle. As Clayton Richard readies himself to make his 5th appearance of the year.
Well, he has not worked very much.
So double barrel action in support of him in the Cubs bullpen.
Wood, I believe that's Justin Grimm. The home bullpen. And it has been a while. April 23rd. Last time Richard got into a game, that was almost 2 weeks ago. Although he did pinch hit the other night.
Yes, he did.
In Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he had been warming up in the bullpen in that game, and they sat him down, and then Lester called his name again. He said he jumped up, threw off his coat like he was going to warm up again. He said, "No, get your stuff and head to the dugout. You're going to hit."
Joe was thinking about Travis Wood hitting before he pitched, but there just wasn't enough time to get him loose, get him from the bullpen to the dugout to the on-deck circle. So it's something I had never seen in a 9-inning game that I could remember, a relief pitcher pinch hitting and not pitching. Swing and a miss. He gets Murphy for the first out.
Murphy doesn't strike out often, but twice tonight. Wednesday, May 25th, Kerry Wood will bring the heat. Sign up and get a chance to swing for the fences, competing for the Battle of the Bats Home Run Championship here at Wrigley Field. It's your chance to step up to the plate for Chicago's kids and support the Wood Family Foundation and Cubs Charities. For details, visit CubsCharities.com.
Well, he did his job. And here comes Justin Grimm when we return. A call to the pen, and here's right-hander Justin Grimm. Look at the walks and strikeouts.
Yeah, he has been outstanding thus far. He's 32 batters, he's allowed 6 hits, no walks, punched out 12.
Grimm against Worth.
Gently legged him with the curveball.
82 miles an hour. Worth debuted with the Blue Jays in 2002. Went to Glenwood High School in Chatham, Illinois. Born in Springfield. He's nearing his 37th birthday. Drafted by the Orioles back in '97. Suffered broken wrist on at least a couple of occasions, maybe more than that. Waves. Another curve. 1-2.
He was confounded by the Grimm breaking ball.
Russell to Rizzo. 2 outs as we near the Mazda 7th inning stretch. It's the catcher Ramos. Russell again. Stretch time. Brought to you by Mazda.
7th inning stretch. Please direct your attention to the video board.
Cubs batting in the bottom of the 7th. It's Ryan Kalish to start it. And a base hit. Kalish aboard.
Another left-handed hitter getting the job done. A couple ground balls to second base prior to this at-bat. This time he stays through it, punches it up the middle. A nice bit of hitting here. It's down below the knees.
A little add-on here wouldn't be a bad idea. As Russell steps in and has struck out both times. Short lead by Kalish, held by Zimmerman. Bunted toward third. It's foul.
Not a bad idea. Just didn't execute it. The Cubs offer special programs designed for your future Cub. From Kids Sundays at Wrigley Field to Clark's Crew and baseball summer camps throughout the Chicago area, there are many ways to build lifelong Cubs memories with your kids. Visit Cubs.com/kids to learn all about our Cubs Kids offerings. Yeah, not a bad idea to drop a bunt down there. Struck out twice, having a hard time. That slider fastball combination of Ross. Get a bunt down, you could move Kalish into scoring position, get a real good bunt down, and get yourself a base hit.
Sammy Solis up in the Nationals bullpen. Pedro Strop. One and two. Long pause. Got him. Night for Russell at the plate. As Ross has now punched out 9 against just 1 walk, which is intentional.
Yeah, he had a below average strikeout rate coming into this game, and it's hard to understand with what we've seen tonight. The slider is certainly a swing and miss pitch. He's got good velocity.
At this team and how much depth it has. Cubs have a 2-0 lead tonight. Kalish, Fedorovich, Listella, part-time players in the lineup. It's been plug and play for this Cubs team here. First month plus. Soler on deck. Jorge in the pitcher's spot.
It's, you know, the flexibility that Joe has on his roster, guys that are capable of playing multiple positions, guys that are willing to play multiple positions. Give him a lot of flexibility. And what do you know, people say, what do you mean they're willing to play? If the manager tells you to play a certain position, you should do it. But you know, clearly if you get a lot of pushback, if a guy's not comfortable playing a certain position, the manager is going to take that into account.
Turner here is a buy-in. There has been a big-time buy-in to this program.
Joe's the popular kid in school, and everybody wants to go to his birthday party. Don't want to be left behind. Kalish on the move here. Doesn't have much of a lead. Good thing he wasn't going. Supremely confident in that slider. Out of the zone, but felt comfortable he'd get a swing from Fedorovich.
5 pitches, all in pretty much the same area. Let's see what they want to do here on a 3-2. Going out there again. Kalish takes off and Fedorovich fouls as Ross really missed his location. It was so bad it worked out okay for him.
Well, he went, you know, in Addison Russell's last at bat, it was a similar sequence, a lot of sliders away, and then tried a front door slider. He fouled that one off. Then they threw the elevated fastball. And it may be that Ross just, you know, Ramos called for fastball away, and Ross just said, well, call for it where you want it, but here's where I'm going to throw it.
There it goes again. Fly ball to center. Kalish. No retreat. He never quite did get to second as Taylor makes the catch.
Good swings for Fedorovich tonight. Hit the ball pretty hard in that direction. Didn't quite get the barrel of the bat out in front. Mike Maddox is the new pitching coach for the Nationals.
It's Greg's brother.
They pitched against each other, much like Virgil and Jesse Barnes.
Right. Yeah, Mike had a long career, 15 years. Only made 48 starts. Much of that career was as a reliever. Kalish, who started the inning with a single, is still at first with 2 outs. And the pinch hitter Soler takes low. Got some finals. Indians beat the Tigers in Cleveland 9-4. Orioles got a run in the bottom of the 10th to beat the 9-17 Yankees 1-0. Pedro Alvarez game-winning sacrifice fly.
The Yankees put A-Rod on the DL yesterday.
Jays all over the Rangers 12-2. Edwin Encarnacion knocked in 6.
This is where a pitcher gets a little sloppy. He's got a guy up there in a fastball count, so he thinks, well, I'm going to throw him a slider, and sometimes you'll throw him a lazy slider.
Reds beat Milwaukee 9-5, although the bullpen extended its streak of allowing at least 1 run. Now in 23 consecutive games. It is a major league record. 29 games, Reds relievers have allowed 23 home runs. Ball 4.
Now let me ask you this. If a Red starter were to throw a complete game, does that stop the record, or is it just runs allowed in games in which the bullpen has appeared?
Bullpen has
so Brian
to make
Price
an appearance.
can't do anything to. He can't
Maybe
just
he brings in a guy to get the last out. So Dusty Baker's going to make a move. Left-hander Sammy Solis is in for Joe Ross. Cubs lead 2-0 in the 7th. Monday call to the pen is a left-hander, Sammy Solis.
There's 3 games for the big club so far this year. Down at AAA, Syracuse, he was quite good. 9 innings, he allowed just 1 run. Made 18 appearances for the Nationals last year and pitched to a .338 earned run average. 6'5", 230, 27 years of age. Good heater. He likes his changeup too.
Healthy hack by Hayward. Kalish, the runner at second. Soler is at first. We didn't get a Soler-Solis matchup.
Well, maybe before the weekend's over.
Yep. Out, Tommy La Stella. Oof.
George Will didn't even flinch.
They've got that extended netting now all the way to the corner of that dugout area. ball into shallow left center. And it's the shortstop Espinosa making the grab. So the Cubs strand a couple, and we will head to the 8th. They lead the Nationals 2-0. After our Cubs coverage, stay with CSN for the best nightly sports wrap-up show in Chicago on Sportsnet Central. Chris Bowden hosts and gives you the latest scores, plus highlights, interviews, and more tonight after Cubs post-game live on Comcast Sportsnet.
Back-to-back for Strop. He worked yesterday in Pittsburgh. He's on for the 14th time, and he too has been outstanding. 2.38 ERA, 15 strikeouts against just 3 walks.
All one on Espinosa.
Stella well in at third base to take away the bunt.
Worked by Richard and Grimm. And 1-2-3 7th. 0-2. I did not see any post-game comments from Sean Rodriguez. I don't know if you located any after the game yesterday.
No, I didn't.
Regarding the stare down. It looked like Rodriguez didn't like the quick pitch Strop executed.
A lot of guys don't like it, but there's nothing you can do about it. It's not illegal. I think Rodriguez is just one of those guys that runs a little hot. You know, when he gets between the lines.
A little John Lackey-ish.
Maybe.
As Espinosa gets hit. Yeah, I mean, well, I've enjoyed watching John Lackey pitch. But you like him wearing your uniform than the other teams.
Yeah, well, he's got a little edge to him when he pitches.
He's going to pitch tomorrow.
It's unfortunate for Strop. Espinosa couldn't hop over that one. Second time he's been hit tonight.
Well, if John were on the mound yesterday when Rodriguez did what he did, I think it would have ended quite as quietly as it did. Clint Robinson off the bench. He represents the tying run. Mm. 2-0. Chris Bosio will head out. So let's see. Danny Espinosa has now been hit 5 times this year, 58 times in his career. That is not unusual to see him get hit by a pitch. Led the National League 5 years ago. Hit by pitches. That's Felipe Rivero, southpaw, in the Nationals pen. (2-0). Missed again.
He's trying to throw that runner to the outside corner. Needs to recalibrate so he can find the plate. It's not a real slugger. Big guy, 6'5", 240.
Travis Wood, the lone reliever, getting loose in the Cubs pen. Well, that was an awkward 3-1 swing, wasn't it?
No, that was sitting on a fastball 3-1 swing, and he was able just to keep the bat in the zone long enough to get a piece of the slider. Sitting dead red, try to get out in front of one.
Ball 4. Trouble here in the 8th. Best chance the Nationals have had all night. It is the first time they've had 2 men on. Hit batter and a walk. And now it's Taylor. So you've got Taylor and Rendon. And 2 out of 3 lefties. Harper, followed by the right-hander Zimmerman, and then the lefty Murphy. So that could be the Travis Wood area if it gets to that here in the 8th inning.
Rizzo in, Estella in, anticipating bunt.
And he went.
Good job.
Yeah, Fedorovich just.
Yeah, he's good back there. He's quick.
A potentially huge play.
Just gets his chest tilted forward enough to keep that ball in front. Strop seems to be throwing his fastball a little bit more tonight than he normally does.
And he's not finding the strike zone enough. 9 out of 14 have been misses. I got it. A little below our booth on the foul. 2-1.
Can't find it. Exciting. So and I don't know if all the fastballs are by design that the scouting report is it, or maybe Fedorovich hasn't caught Strop a lot, so this is where Strop has to kind of impose his will.
Swing and a miss. It's a big pitch.
His will on Taylor. And back with the fastball. It was out of the zone. Taylor a little anxious.
So Anthony Rendon steps in, and Hector Rondon, the Cubs closer, is cranking it up. Because the bullpen has been well rested, this might be one of those 4-out nights for Hector. We'll see. First things first.
And obviously, the guy you're most concerned with is the man in the on-deck circle, Bryce Harper. Maybe Wood for Harper.
See if they can turn 2 here. And they do. 4-6-3. Strop is fired up. And he keeps the Nationals off the board. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 2-0 Cubs.
How do you get to Wrigley Field? Many ways. Cubs suggest taking public transportation. They offer a free bike check that's now located by the Addison Red Line station. You drive your car. There's free remote parking and shuttle service on night and weekend games. For information, visit the A to Z guide at Cubs.com. Another hard chunking left-hander. Felipe Rivero. Pitched 49 times for the Nationals last year. This is his debut season.
We'll get out of play. 37,564, the paid crowd tonight. We've seen a good pitchers matchup.
Stella's been the best hitter in the game so far. All 3 times up. Outstanding contact. Double to left, solid single to center, and then a rocket to right for an out. So that's all coming against the starter Joe Ross. Tough assignment here with this hard throwing lefty.
It eats up Zimmerman and gets into right. So Estella is on.
Guy can hit, man. Guy can flat out hit. Keeps that front shoulder in. That's a tough hang in there against that long, wiry left-hander coming from that angle.
Zimmerman charged with an error. thought about it.
Almost got to it quickly. He's got a strong arm. Almost does not get high marks for his receiving skills, but he does throw really well.
Bob Rosenberg has changed the call. He has now given LaStella a single, so that's 3 hits and 4 at-bats, and the other was a line out. It's a pretty wide open stance.
Yeah, that's funky, isn't it? Zach Britton and Aroldis Chapman, the only left-handed relievers with a higher average velocity than Rivero last year. I don't know if there's a why behind this, pitching mechanics-wise, or if it's just kind of something he likes to do.
Swing and a miss. He's from Venezuela, San Felipe. 24 years old. I'm sure Joe knows him fairly well. He went through the Rays system as he strikes out Bryant. Tomorrow, John Lackey tries to improve his mark to 4-1. Game 2 of this 4-game series against the Nationals. Pre-game coverage begins at 12:30. Pre-game live presented by Fields Auto on CSN Chicago. I'm intimidated. He looks like he's got his game face on already.
Inside, he's chuckling.
John is a real easygoing guy in the clubhouse. But yeah, it's on once he's pitching. Hefty home run leaderboard. Rizzo with his 9th yesterday. In the air to left.
Zobrist.
Stella caught in the rundown. Went on first move, and Zimmerman, bad throw, safe. LaStella just snuck in. So you talked about Zimmerman's arm, and not a very good throw.
Yeah, Tommy should just kept on going. It's hard to anticipate a bad throw in that situation, but I like the play. I like challenging Zimmerman to see if he can make that throw. He goes on first move. And he knows he's picked, so he slams on the brakes. Zimmerman had all those throwing issues playing third base. It's one of the reasons why they've moved him to first.
Xfinity high-speed action. Really close at first.
We're going to put the headsets on and check. It looked like he beat it.
Did he come off the
maybe
bag? He stayed on the base. We're going to find out if he beat the tag or not. And it is time for the Foresight Technology replay review. Review earlier of 3 minutes 46 seconds. And this This one looks to be just as tricky to call.
Yeah. It's kind of become the norm now when the replay is going on. Everybody in the ballpark turns and stares at the big screen, including the players. Everybody out there, arms folded, looking up, watching replay after replay, trying to make their assessment. Blue Jays put a beat down on the Rangers tonight, 12-2. It's game 4 of a 4-game series. Texas won the opener, and then Toronto won the last 3. Jay Happ beat Derek Holland. See where the commissioner is going to make a determination on this game that the Marlins and the Pirates are supposed to be playing in Puerto Rico.
Right. Later this month.
Yeah, big concerns over the Zika virus. And going to make a decision by Monday. So it could come down tomorrow, Monday at the latest.
You see, Garrett Cole was given a slap on the wrist last night by security at the Penguins Capitals game.
Yes.
He was sitting, I think, near the Capitals bench, right? He was getting a little rowdy. Had a Sidney Crosby sweater on. So we wait. This is a long one.
Derek Holland tonight in that game against the Jays pitched 2 2/3 innings, allowed 11 hits and 11 runs. At some point he was probably wondering if Jeff Bannister had left the building.
Shut out the Diamondbacks 4-0. Miami's 15-12. Arizona dropped to 12-18.
Who pitched for Miami tonight?
It was really getting a little cranky here. We've been waiting a while. It was Adam Conley.
Yeah, he flirted with a no-hitter.
Yep.
Start or 2 ago.
Just 2 hits in 5 1/3 tonight.
Yeah, his last start. Well, actually, he left. He went 7 2/3 hitless in his last start. Yeah, well, this is kind of beating the drum over and over again here. I just think they got to find a way to tighten up this replay. That if they don't see a conclusive look fast enough, just call stands, right? I mean, it's getting a little silly.
4-minute replay review time. Zobrist batting right-handed. Barrel will throw over. Winning 3-run homer yesterday. go-ahead, and he hopes game-winning two-run single in the fourth tonight. One and two.
So it's Travis Wood that's still up in the Cubs bullpen, not Hector Rondon. That's interesting. Back.
There he goes. Zobrist fouls out of play.
Well, with Scherzer going tomorrow, wouldn't be surprised to see La Stella in there again tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Be good. Good guy to have in there against Scherzer's stuff.
Zobrist, high and deep, way back, gone! He's knocked in all four tonight.
We might have to amend our Benny's toast of the town. 3-run home run yesterday in Pittsburgh. 2 RBI single, 2-run homer this evening. Belly button high. That's your Ford home run replay. That's number 3 for Zobrist.
I love how he set down the bat so politely.
Yeah, you're not going to see bat flips from Ben Zobrist.
Almost got knocked over by Brendan Hyde on the
a little wobbly there going around the bag.
high five. Put a charge into this crowd.
And that double play Strope got to end the top of the inning with Harper on deck was huge, and then a little insurance provided by Zobrist. Maybe Joe knew something. Maybe that's why Rondon was down.
Zorilla's going to hit a 2-run homer here.
Yeah,
Hector, don't worry
sit
about
Hector
it.
down. We don't need you tonight, kid.
Ben Zobrist has been a joy to watch. As Kalish gets hit. Look, Ben's been around for a long time, but he's been an American League player, so we only just got tiny glimpses at him in person. But he wears very well on a day-to-day basis.
Ball player.
Yeah.
Play hard, play smart, play well.
Pitching change in the 8th. Cubs now lead 4-0. Hyundai call to the pen. It is right-hander Sean Kelly to face Addison Russell.
A veteran right-hander has been around a while now and having a nice year so far. 11 appearances, an ERA of 0, 12 strikeouts, just 1 walk and 8 1/3. Fastball, slider, maybe a change, but a lot of sliders.
32-year-old Sean Kelly to Addison Russell. So he keeps his head down.
This is a great shot right here.
Yeah.
Right on it.
The Nationals on a 10-game road trip at St. Louis, Kansas City, and the Cubs. 3 teams that made the playoffs last year. 5-1 in the first 2 series.
They swept the Cardinals in the game they lost in Kansas City. They coughed it up in the 9th.
Prior to this trip, they got swept at home by the Phillies.
He stays alive for Russell here, who's looking for a little redemption. It's been a tough night for him. 3 at-bats, 3 strikeouts swinging.
Hit well deep to left. Worth leads, can't get it. Kalis will score. Russell with a double. 5-0.
Say RBI double counts as redemption. First I thought that ball was going to fly out of here. Then I thought Worth was going to be able to make a play on it. Wrong on both counts. He should have had it. Kelly agrees with me.
Comes up empty.
We've talked a lot this year about run differential. The Cubs' run differential higher than 2 or 3 major league teams' total runs scored this year. A lot of times tight games turn into not so tight games in the later innings as they continue to play add-on.
Time now for greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile, your run differential. Cubs at +93 going into action. It's the best run differential through 26 games in 111 years. New York Giants 1905. Called strike 3 to end the inning, but 3 more across the plate. Ben Zobrist knocked in 2 with a home run. Addison Russell later with an RBI double. It's 5-0 as we go to the 9th.
Follow Cubs baseball live with the MLB.com @bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with game day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com @bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet.
Baez comes into play third. Travis Wood will pitch. Well, when your biggest problem is you can't get your closer enough save opportunities, that means you're living right. And Rondoni is up in the bullpen just in case it gets a little funky.
It was 2-0. It might have been Wood for Harper and then Rondon. Now we'll see how Joe decides to play it. It's Harper, then the right-handed hitting Zimmerman, but right after him Murphy, who swings from the left side.
Deep breath by Travis, and the 2-0 foul. As Harper's trying to, quote, make baseball fun again. And he is as popular as any player in the game today, especially with the kids. I think baseball's fun anyway, but I think he's made it more fun. So I'm all for it. That's a strike, 2-2.
And the Goose that got after him, Goose Gossage got after him this spring.
I like Goose, but disagreed with everything he said.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think some of the older generation knee-jerk reaction to some of this stuff. Now I do think some guys sometimes cross the line, get a little too in your face. A little flair is good.
Takes the walk. Yeah,
3 walks and a knock tonight, huh?
Yeah, pretty good. He's pretty good. Yeah, we could go on for hours about that conversation. I would say that just about every era of baseball, there were guys who played with flair, and some of them might have been Goose Gossage teammates. I think we have selective memory sometimes.
Yeah.
0-2. The bottom line for me is I just don't think it matters that much when it comes to baseball. Guy flips a bat or does the Fernando Rodney bit. I mean, it's not germane to the baseball conversation. It's just the other stuff that it's not really worth getting worked up over, in my opinion.
I'm trying to remember what in the Harper, what was there something specific that he did that got under Goose's skin?
Don't remember.
There's one thing about Harper, I think, the way he wears the eye black, flipping the helmet when he runs. That's not really in your face stuff. That's not really trying to show anybody up. That's just kind of his style.
They called Jose Bautista disgrace to the game. Hayward's got it on the move. That will send Harper back to first. Jason Hayward going in for the ejected Dexter Fowler. I believe the route efficiency was pretty good on that one.
Pretty solid work by the big fella. Remember, Jason Hayward was going to be the center fielder for this club until Dexter returned. Good break, good catch. dropped an 0 for 3 on Murphy so far tonight. He hasn't had many of those. Came in with a major league best 398 batting average.
Strike on Murphy. By the way, I don't know if Goose actually talked specifically about Harper in his comments about the game today. Murphy sends one in the air as Hayward will call off Bryant. That's the second out. Fans on their feet. Pitch with the runner going, and Cubs not concerned about Harper. He will not be credited with a stolen base. About good pitching stopping good hitting. This is a club that had their best day of the year yesterday. The Nationals put a beat down on the Royals. For 13 runs, season high, 16 hits, also season high. Cubs are looking for their 5th shutout. The pitch. Harper might have pulled kind of a mini Cal Ripken there. With 2 strikes, he saw that pitch in the zone, man. He was halfway to third. He doesn't need to be. His team down 5. Two and two. Tonight was Kyle Hendricks' 50th major league start. If the Cubs win, they will be 33-17 in those 50 starts. Well, that's where the acquisition, the signing of John Lackey really lengthened the rotation. The 5th spot was a trouble area all year last year. Now it's Kyle Hendricks in that spot. Still 2 and 2 on Worth. Crushed to left and gone. The only question was, would it stay in the ballpark itself? Back of the bleachers, and it's 5-2.
Worth earned that one. Fought off some tough pitches in that sequence. Battled, hung in there and got a mistake. And cut her up in the eyes.
So that is his 6th of the year. Well, he got all of it. And will be Hector Rondon. Not a safe spot. Check out our Ford home run replay. He's leading by 3. 2 outs in the 9th, and we'll be right back. Hyundai call to the pin. And here is Hector Rondon.
Yeah, he has certainly not been overused. This is his 10th appearance. 4 for 4 in save opportunities.
Fouled off by Wilson Ramos.
First pitch slider there to get ahead. Boy, he's done that really well. He's thrown strike 1 almost 80% of the time. It's the thing that's really stood out about Rondon this year. He's on the attack.
Bounced foul. Tying run is still in the dugout. If he had started this inning with a 3-run lead, he could qualify for the save, but he only needs 1 out.
He can get a finish.
He can get a finish, yes. And they do have a category, games finished. And the game is finished. Cubs win. Cubs win 5-2 the final as Kyle Hendricks grabs the win. And a nice start to the homestand.
Yeah, nice to have Kyle back in the rotation after a little hiatus. Rock solid tonight. It's 6 innings of 2-hit scoreless baseball. We talked in our open about the pitching for both these clubs. Joe Ross was really good for the Nationals as well. But boy, Tommy La Stella, what a night he had. 4 rockets, 3 hits. Zobrist with a big home run and a great start to this 4-game set with the Nationals.
So the Cubs improved to 21-7. They've got a 6.5 game lead over the second place, or 21-6 through their first 27 games, and a 6.5 game edge over the Pittsburgh Pirates in the division. The Nationals dropped to 19-9 on the year.
Bullpen outstanding here tonight. Clayton Richard, we hadn't seen him in a while. He only faced 1 batter, got the punch out. Big double play induced by Strop. That's where it got a little hairy there in the top half of the 8th. And they got the first 2 guys on, but that double play cleaned things up. And remember, that was with Bryce Harper on deck. It could have gotten a little dicey.
Let's go down to the field and Kelly Kroll.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. Well, Ben, yesterday, the 3-run blast, and then today you drove in all 4. It's been a nice couple days of work for you.
Yeah, I'll take it. You know, Anthony needs some protection behind him. So he's such a great hitter. You know, I just want to do a better job of getting some hits in key situations, and that's the reason for the RBIs. You know, he's having great at-bats in front of me.
Obviously, the team knocked in a few after that. But for you in that 8th inning against Rivera, of course, 2 out already. You're down in the count. What are you looking for from him in that moment?
He throws hard. You know, he tried and stay on the fastball there. I was fortunate to see the changeup early out of his hand and just made the good adjustment. So, yeah, it was a great night.
I know Joe Ross was pretty tough, but what about the tone Kyle Hendricks set this evening? Kyle Hendricks.
Yeah, you know, Kyle did a great job. He's such a solid pitcher for us. Every time he goes out, you feel like you got a great chance of winning, and he keeps the pace of the game going, throws a lot of strikes, and you know, he did a great job again tonight of holding them down. And all of our pitching until we could get a few more runs in the 8th, or in the 8th there.
I know it's pretty loud with the music out here, Ben, but you had the mariachi band earlier, and now some chips and salsa, some margaritas today.
This is the way to celebrate right now.
Awesome, Ben. Thank you so much. Guys, Ben Zobrist, I'm going to send it back to you. It's so loud down here.
Thanks, Kelly. Yeah, they are enjoying this one tonight. And as they do every night in the clubhouse after a win, they will be celebrating. Join us tomorrow, 12:30 on CSN. Our pregame coverage before Game 2. Cubs hosting the Nationals. Final score once again, the Cubs 5 and the Nationals 2. Glenn and JD and Kelly and our entire crew now sending you over to Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs post-game live next.